We're back. Welcome to another episode of Dude's Midnight Podcast. A show where once a month, on the full moon, we talk about conspiracies, UFOs, shit that bumps in the night, taboo subjects like pedophilia and necrophilia and a bunch of other philias and shit.
Don't.
We're gonna do arachnophobia one of these days, kick it.
That's okay.
Oh yeah. But yeah, shit that your mom will say, it's a bunch of lies. Why do you believe that? She doesn't know shit. Why? She's ignorant. She doesn't even know how to use the internet and shit. And she listens to everything
Fox News and CNN.
Yeah, she listens to everything Joe Biden says. God damn it. It's a bunch of lies. But here, I'll give you the facts. Alright, Kike.
Yeah.
This show started. This month,
we will.
we have a little discussion. Something I've been pondering for a while. Is Antarctica really Atlantis? Holy shit, Kike. Have you ever thought of this? Have you ever heard of this?
Not direct, link between Antarctica and Atlantis. No.
Not at all, ever.
Nope, not really.
All right. Well, I've read some shit, and I happen to I think I believe this. Yeah.
Okay.
We're gonna go into it, but I want to say, Kike, this to understand why we believe that Antarctica is Atlantis, we gotta paint you a whole picture from all over the world and shit.
Okay.
All right, so I'm gonna go over a variety of topics that are you're gonna be like, because I don't understand where you're going with all this.
All right.
But
Test me.
But in the end, you'll see it. You'll see the big picture at the end. All right.
Okay.
Now, to start this story, we're gonna start with a man named Charles H Havegood, this fat draconian motherfucking lizard who got his 6-year college degree and shit. This guy went to college for a long time. Yeah.
Smart as fuck.
He was smart as fuck. He was so smart he knew Albert Einstein because all these nerds hung out together.
Oh shit! Shut the fuck up. You knew Albert Einstein?
Yeah. He knew Albert Einstein. He was a colleague of him, his friend and shit, confidant, motherfucking sex partner. I don't know what they were into. But I don't know what they were into, Kike. They must have been woke as fuck. You don't know.
Apparently to create some. I don't know. I don't know the person.
All right. Calm down. Don't get all pervert on me. Anyways.
That's not me.
Yeah. Mr. Charles Havegood is the creator and originator of the Earth crust displacement theory, or also the shifting of the Earth's crust. All right.
Okay.
He believed.
What is that? What does that mean?
He believed that the Earth, the layer underneath the Earth, gets warm, and it turns into like I want to say Jello, but it just makes it softer. And so when it's softer, pretend you have an orange, and pretend that the skin of the orange, you loosen it up, and you'd be able to move the ball inside like that, over the skin. And so he says
say a tangerine because it's more loose.
Sure, tangerine. Well, he says that the Earth does that, and that it's done that in the past and shit. That was his theory.
So the Earth is loose.
Yeah, it gets loose. It's a slut. Little Wayne was right. Fuck the world.
Nature is a whore.
Yeah, fuck the world. Just a slut. Anyways, this man, in his research, and where he came to the conclusion and the idea appeared in his head, was that he was in a library, somewhere in a white library, where white people go. And he was in there, and he found his map. And this map has come to be known as Piri Reis map. Piri Reis map. It's a motherfucker.
Okay.
It's a motherfucker. This map, dude, it was made by this man named Piri Ellis. Piri Reis.
Oh, okay. I was like, I wear that cologne. Perry Ellis.
No, sorry. Piri Reis. Perry Ellis was his cousin or some shit.
Okay.
He made it in Constantinople in the year 1513.
1513.
Yeah. But it's crazy because people, navigators, explorers, and fucking white motherfuckers like Christopher Columbus and shit.
Yeah.
They didn't discover Antarctica until 1818.
Well, I mean, Christopher Columbus never discovered Antarctica.
Don't worry about it. He was white.
All right. Okay. Yeah, I believe you.
And he raped our great grandmothers and shit.
That's for sure.
Came inside them, got them pregnant. They have half breeds. That's where we come from.
And here we are.
Yeah. Yeah. You're doing good, Kike. Good job. Well, this guy, he found this map, and he was studying it, and he realized the map shows South America. It shows fucking part of Africa, and it shows fucking Antarctica. And shit.
Wow.
Yeah.
Oh shit, that's Latin. Nova et integra universi orbis descriptio.
Hey, shut the fuck up, Kike.
Dude, it's Latin. You can fucking read it if you wanted to, man. It says new, the integral.
Yeah, nobody speaks Latin anymore.
I know, but dude, you can learn it. You know Spanish, bro. You can fucking take over this and you can learn what it fucking means.
Yeah, but I don't want to. That's why you're here, pendejo.
Well,
you better stop being.
Tell you what it means.
No, you better stop being a nerd.
All right, fuck you.
Fuck you. Show off. Fucking showing off your literature skills and shit.
Right.
Anyways, I bet you didn't realize the map is sideways and shit.
No, I can tell. I'm not stupid.
Well, just so people understand and shit, because I know there's people out there who are confused because they're over here interrupting, trying to speak different languages and shit.
Well, you didn't let me fucking finish. It says new, integral, universal, orbit description. So if you knew that you know that this is the orbit description of Earth.
All right, well, yeah, that's what I'm trying to get at. All right.
And if you're really smart, you can tell that the one on the left is the top side of the world in the maps, of course, because there's no top or bottom, but you know that's the North Pole. And at the bottom, the right side, that's the South Pole. That's Antarctica.
Well, that's all they thought it was. All right. And right there's Antarctica and shit.
Yeah.
So like, this fucking guy, Havegood, who found the map, he was confused and shit. How is it that there's a map of the coastline of Antarctica? If Antarctica wasn't found and mapped until 1818, 300 years after this map was drawn. And in the very I bet you didn't even read this part, pendeja. But right there in the map, in squiggly lines, it says that Perry Reese is saying that he is not the originator of the map. He says that he got it from different maps, old sources. He says he found a bunch of maps that were like falling apart and shit and already ready to die, and they were gonna be lost forever. So he decided to trace them and make copies and shit. And so this is made out of like different maps that he found, and he just made one map to preserve the shit that people had drawn in the maps he had found. So that even
you can see on the top, you can see like Europe and a part of the top of fucking Africa. But at the bottom, what they thought was the South Pole is actually Australia. So that's not even the fucking like South Pole. That's Australia. They skipped it. They thought that
no, they thought South America was connected somehow.
Yeah. Someone said, you know what? We don't need to fucking go that far. We have it. It's Australia.
Yeah. But no, it's Antarctica, bro, because Australia would be on the other side away from Africa, and this is closer to South America. Right
No,
there.
yeah, I know, but that's what I'm saying. They thought like, oh, Australia's right there. You know, probably is right gonna be right there, bro. That's Australia's. Terra Australias.
Fuck you, Kike. I thought it was
Oh.
Antarctica, and so did this guy figured out that they were mapping Antarctica. It didn't make sense. All right. Well, on his research, he found another map, Kike. He found the Orontias Phineas map. And this was a map that fucking showed Antarctica with mountain regions and with rivers flowing inwards.
Mm.
And so this lets him to believe that there was a time where Antarctica must have not been completely covered in ice or not covered in ice at all. And these people were able to map it. And not only that, but know the mountain ranges and the rivers and lakes that were in it. So it's a little strange, he said. Because like he said, there was no technology back then for people to be making the maps. And there was no technology for them to be even sailing and doing all this shit. So he was a little confused. And so that's where Charles Havegood came up with the theory, the Earth's displacement. He believed that Antarctica was probably somewhere like in the middle of the Atlantic. And when the Earth's crust shifted, it moved it. It moved it to where it is right now. And over time, a layer of ice, thick ice, started piling up, and then it became what we see nowadays.
Oh, so you really think this is accurate, and some of this stuff was out there instead of underneath water?
Yeah, it wasn't underneath water. It's always been above water. It was in a different position. It was in a place where it was warmer, and there was greenery and animals, and people lived there and shit. That's what this guy thinks.
That's why. You see, that's why I was getting fucking confused, because it says something there, like in some part it says Brasile Regio, and I was like, what's that Brazil, bro? What the fuck are you talking about? It looks so fucking like someone got high and started fucking drawing the earth all weird and shit.
Because it could have been in a different position.
Nah, see, now I understand.
Yeah. And so that's where this guy came up with a theory. But we're gonna move on, Kike, to more evidence that maybe, because I'm just saying, like this guy's saying that if it was somewhere else, and that's why what happened. I'm saying, well, that could be where Atlantis, you know, we know what Atlantis looked like over here. What the descriptions say was a circular place. But what if it was in a different place and it shifted and landed in the South Pole, and that's how we have Antarctica frozen. And it's really Atlantis, but everything's frozen under layers and layers of ice caps from thousands, from years and thousands, hundreds of years of ice and frozen.
That's why I was having a hard time fucking like figuring out what you were talking about. See, now that you fucking put it in that perspective, now I think, oh shit, well, some of this stuff used to be out there, not underneath fucking water, you know, and that's why they have the cartographers fucking draw it like that.
They were able to see it. They had visited before. But see, part of this craziness is knowing that these cartographers, motherfucker map makers, there was no this maps are so old because they didn't know the technology to map. We didn't have that technology yet. So these people were advanced. Whoever made these ancient maps were really advanced, more advanced than the people of the area that they thought of the age and shit.
And adventurous, because if you had in those times, we would think, well, in those times nobody had the balls or the fucking material to fucking like, you know, put on a fucking like tourist fucking hat and say, hey, let's go check out what's going on over there on that other side of the globe. You know, we never been there. Let's go.
Crazy motherfuckers,
right?
So if these people from Atlantis knew that the Earth was shifting, they were fucking, they couldn't live over there anymore. The only thing the most logical thing you would do, me be a technological advanced civilization who can fucking already map the world and sailed it. Well, you get on boats and you sail away and you look for another place to live, right? That's the most obvious conclusion. All right.
Exactly.
So we're gonna move on, and we're gonna actually move on to Peru, Kike, all the way to the beautiful cities of Machu Picchu. And in Machu
Where the
Picchu,
coca leaves came from.
yeah. The best things in life are dangerous. My friends, don't do them.
The best things in life are leaves that you can chew when you get fucking high.
Don't do them. Fuck you up. Anyways,
well, the leaves are actually pretty good. It's just the stuff that you buy on the corner of the street that is bad for you. Don't do that, guys.
Yeah. Anyways, I'll try to get you
with fentanyl and shit. Fuck that.
Hey, we talk about drugs. That's why we fucking get low ratings and shit.
Oh, me? I talk about drugs.
Yeah.
I'm just doing a little PSA for people. Don't do fucking drugs, guys.
Anyways, Machu Picchu and the Incas, all right, is a technologically advanced civilization that built cities and temples at a time where they didn't have the mathematics or the technology. So how the fuck did they do it? Everyone's always been a mystery. We don't know because these people disappeared a long time ago, and they fucking the ancestors they live in the fucking weird huts, and then they don't speak the right languages that we do, so we don't know what the fuck they're saying.
So you're saying our language is the right language?
Yeah, because everybody understands English. Duh.
That is true nowadays.
Yeah. It's the one language, the one tongue, ancient. But anyways, Kike. These ancient Incas from Peru, legend that before they had built these great cities and knew how to make agriculture and all this bullshit advancement. They didn't know how to do any of that shit. And what happened was that one day, their god came from the east on a boat, on a ship. And he was, they called him Vida Kocha.
Vida Kocha.
The Vida Kocha is described by these ancient Incas to be a tall, white, Caucasian man with thin, skinny, with long white hair and a white beard. And he taught these guys. He traveled all through the land. And he was teaching people how to build homes, how to plant and shit, how to agriculture, how to clean water, how to do all this shit. He was teaching them all of this, and he was teaching them all how to behave and be good to one another. And he even taught people about marriage and how you should take one wife and don't fuck around with no one else and shit. Like Kanye West, that was forbidden. And he went around just teaching the right way to live. And he traveled all over the continent and shit, right? And then one day, he left again on his boat to the east, promising that one day he would come back. All right, and he called people when he traveled. He called them sons and daughters.
Okay.
What do you think of this man suddenly coming from the east on a boat, teaching these natives?
I don't know, man. I think this is just this weird fucking white person who just landed in a fucking strange land. He started fucking people, and that's why he called them daughters and fucking sons.
The legends don't say he had sex with them. It says he was good to them. Don't start being perverted.
I don't know, man. It's kind of strange that he says, you know what? See you guys. I'm gonna go to another island and fuck people in another island. See ya.
Ain't nobody said nothing about fucking, Kike. Ain't no one said nothing.
I think you mentioned it at the beginning of the show.
No. You're not listening. I already told you that if Atlantis used to be in the middle of the ocean, these people left because they couldn't live there anymore. All of a sudden, we have a weird man showing up.
Yeah.
With knowledge that these people don't have, and he decides to teach it to them. And also, he sees them living like savages, so he decides to teach them how not to live like savages, and to have families, and to have one wives, and shit like that. He's trying to civilize these people in the jungle that he found.
I don't like this explanation. I mean, most of the fucking Olmecs and Aztec people had their own culture and had nothing to do with white people, I think. I'm not sure.
This is their legend. This is their legend, not mine.
Okay, good.
That's the Incas' legend.
The cool thing that I'm thinking right now about the Incas, though, is like the whole like thing that you proposed about the earth shifting and shit, and the waters, were risen or going down, is that the fact that the Peruvians have all the old stuff in very high fucking altitudes. I was thinking, well, shit, maybe if they had everything else was underwater, maybe they weren't in a high altitude. They were just in an island or some shit, you know?
That makes sense. That makes sense. But we're gonna move on a little further up north because we have some similarities here, Kike. We're gonna talk shit. Similarities in Mexico with the cult of Quetzalcoatl.
Yeah, Quetzalcoatl.
Quetzalcoatl, they say.
It's Quetzalcoatl.
Quetzalcoatl, they say, also came from the east. And this is the way the Mexicans, the Aztecs, tell the story. Quetzalcoatl, they called him his god, their god, because he came from the east on a boat made of serpents. And the boat didn't use any paddles; it moved on its own. And when it got there, now I don't think it literally was made of serpents. They're just describing it how it looked. So I don't know, maybe it was squiggly or I don't know, shaped like a snake, maybe. I don't know.
Well, have you guys seen the old Egyptian fucking boats? They look elongated and they have this little fucking thing going like this. It looks like a serpent, you know?
That's true. And the fact that it didn't move with any paddles mean it might have been a sailboat.
Yeah, you're
right. Because they're only used to using paddles. You know, they don't know about sails. But anyways, so he got there, and he was tall, thin, white, with a long beard and long white hair.
That guy looks Asian, actually.
Well, yeah, but that's an artist description, Kike.
Oh, okay. Because I was thinking, that maybe that's why we have a Chino in our family all the time.
No, it's very obvious that the artist was actually Asian. He's just trying to put himself in a picture and shit because he feels left out because he's a Mexican. Shit.
And someone stole that guy's pants. He's just wearing the belt.
That's true. He's showing his ass. What the fuck?
I don't know, man.
It's all right. It's just an ass, Kike. No, it's not a big deal.
Yeah, an ass is an ass.
We're woke. All right. Quetzalcoatl did the same thing that Vida Kocha did with the Incas. He taught these guys how to build. Taught them agriculture. He taught them how to build schools and temples and cities. And he also taught them marriage and shit and make them civilized. They also say that just like the other guy, he was a healer. He would miracle worker and help the sick and shit. But I think that if it's somebody who has knowledge, he probably knows medicines and shit.
Yeah.
And these people didn't know medicines or how to treat a wound. You know, I broke my leg. Well, here, let me put a cast on it or some 2 sticks and tie a thing around it. They didn't know, and they called him a healer. Oh shit, miracle healer. Leg.
Well, that's it, brother. You're going out.
That's the way.
We can still fix him.
Yeah, that's the way it was back in the day. These motherfuckers didn't know. You broke your leg, that's it. Leave him behind. He's gonna die anyways.
You're gonna serve as meat.
Yeah. So I don't know. I think a couple of things that could be happening here, Kike. Either Vida Kocha and Quetzalcoatl were one and the same, or they're just different people from the same island, like I said, Atlantis, who left and landed. And they landed here and they found people and they said, well, I don't want to stay here with these people because they're brown, but let me at least teach them so they don't live like animals.
Interesting.
And then they left.
Can you imagine if one of those people that left the island and went to, I don't know, some other place where they believe in, marrying several wives? He's like, you know what? Let's keep that one.
Yeah.
But
those are the Mormons. Those were the Mormons. Yeah.
You know what?
They were Atlanteans back in the day.
Dear God, what's your name? My name is John Smith.
Yeah.
He's the guy that landed in North America.
Yeah. Yeah, Kike. But anyways, so there's similarities there, man. So I'm tying the following the clues. But there's also similarities around religions and shit. We all know that there's giants in the Bible. All right?
Yeah.
Talk about giants.
Like celebrities, like Jesus, he's a giant. Moses is a big star too.
I want to talk about Nephilim.
Oh, okay, the fallen angels.
Goliath, and the sons of Rahaim and shit. These motherfuckers, the Jews were scared. They just told Moses, "No way, we're like grasshoppers next to those motherfuckers. Those guys are tall and shit. They have 6 fingers and 6 toes, and they're scared of them." So there was giants back in the day. That's in the Bible. But these same cultures these same cultures over here in the Americas, they have giants too. They have giants that roam the earth, and those big Peruvian fucking stones and shit. They talk about these giants were the ones that were building shit and putting these stone blocks. So it would make an explanation of how the fuck these people carry these big fucking 2-ton stones and put them all together like Legos and shit. Well, because they did it. It was these giants, supposedly. So they're saying that God got mad because there was all these giants and craziness going on and shit. And so God caused the great flood. We know the story because it's also in the Bible. So they're basically telling the same story as Noah, but they're over here telling it in our land. Native Americans have the same story too, Kike. The land was full of giants, and then they caused the great flood to get rid of the giants. The great spirits caused the flood. And so this is the same story being repeated, Kike. And after the flood, that man was wild and all crazy and shit and uncivilized and just like, acting all crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You can go crazy at sea, bro.
Yeah. Well, think about it. What if the great flood was the shifting of the earth, caused the flood and some stuff to go underwater, the water levels to rise, and it killed a lot of people and shit. And then the Atlanteans, since they survived because they had knowledge that this shit was going down, they decided to go around the earth and spread knowledge and enslave these people that were dumb.
Yeah, it kind of makes sense. You know what? Because like there might be descendants of like this Nephilim still living today. There's this place in Africa, this country, where there's like the average size of a person is like 6'2", and you would go there and there's people taller than 6'2". It's a fucking country filled with giants, bro. Nobody talks about it, but it's there. There's video. I've seen it.
Yeah. So another story, Kike, that's similar in a lot of ways. So think about it, man. These stories are being passed down throughout cultures, and they're halfway around the world, and they have the same stories, right? Here's another story. We all know in the Bible, there's this Tower of Babel. They said that in the Bible, that man, the first time God brought here man, they multiplied and shit, that they all had one language, and they were civilized and had technology and shit, and they could build like architects, and they decided to build a tower, a huge tower, tall, to reach the skies and reach the gods. And they were building this huge fucking tower. And then the gods saw this. This is the Bible. They saw this, and he said, holy shit, look at everything man has achieved and shit. Let us just fucking put a stop to this before man reaches the heavens, and then they become like us, they're gods. And so they decided to fucking put an end to this. They fucking destroyed the shit. They blew it up. They blew up the tower. They destroyed it. And then they did something to the humans. They confused the language. They made everybody like different tongues. And then the people they split up. You speak ching chang chung. Okay, let's all stick together and we'll go to the east. Hell, you speak this and we'll go down here and shit. Oh, you speak Mexican. You get the fuck out of here. Go to the other side of the world, motherfucker. Get on a boat and shit. We don't want you motherfuckers over here. They were fucking racist to us back then.
Man? I think it was, I think it was a very incompetent king that fucking like ruled lots of countries, and he said, you know what? I want to see God. I'm so great that I want to see God. Let me fucking like build the greatest fucking tower in the world. I'm there gonna meet my guy. We're gonna say hi. And, he's gonna thank me.
Oh yeah.
But the fact of the matter is that nobody knew.
Kike, I miss him too. Oh yeah, hey, Kike, that's cool, man. You brought a smile to my face. I missed the man too, man. Yeah, gas was cheap back then. Shit.
The fact of the matter is that this king was incompetent. He didn't know how to communicate with all of them at the same time. So he brought all these different fucking people from all over the world trying to make one, sense out of everything. And they're all making buildings the way that they made buildings in their own town. So it didn't make fucking sense, and then it never worked. So his fucking excuse was, well, God was, responsible for this. You guys can't communicate. So, it's God. Fuck you. It wasn't my fault.
Yeah. God bless him. Yeah. Hey, Kike. The same story, because that's the Bible, right? The same story, we find it in Mexico. In Tulua. Is it Tulua? You help me out here. How you say this shit?
I don't know. Let me see.
Tulua, Mexico.
Well, I mean, if you gave me a transcript of what you're reading, I would have fucking told you.
Anyways, there is the largest Kike, fucking pyramid in the world. Pyramid structure, because it's not exactly a pyramid, but it's more of a ziggurat is what they're called, because they're like planes that go up and shit. But because of the wideness of it and the dimensions and diameter and shit,
it got lost in Earth basically.
Yeah, in the height of it. It is the largest pyramid structure in the world. It is actually larger than the fucking pyramid at Great Pyramid in Giza. All right, that's a fact. This is in Tula, Mexico. That's also where the volcano. Tula, Mexico. Yeah. You know, that's where the volcano. Where's the volcano called? Kike.
Popocatépetl.
Popocatépetl. That's the one. The Pecapetl. Yeah. All right. Or that's already exploded. It's exploded. Yeah, fuck you, Kike. You can bury me. There, in Tula, Mexico. This is the way it looks already. You know, the Earth is already on top of it and shit, and they've only excavate. They only want to excavate. That's all they want to excavate.
That's how the Spaniards try to fucking like hide the pyramid. Let's build a fucking church on top.
Yeah. They built a Catholic church. Those sons of bitches.
Don't forget about the fucking huge pyramid.
Yeah.
Yeah, they kind of did forget about it.
but it's there. But anyways, the ancient story says that there was giants, and the giants wanted to show they were better than the gods, and the giants decided to build this big structure and shit. And so then the gods got mad, and they caused the flood to kill the giants because they were disrespectful to the gods. And that's the story behind this fucking thing. And that's like similar.
Just tell us about the giants, man. They're pretty good constructors.
Yeah. Well, think about it. That's similar to the fucking to what we just talked about, the Tower of Babel. Yeah. There in Judea and shit, in Babylon. So similarities, Kike. More similarities around the world. That this same either technology or math and science and just plain teachings were spread throughout the earth from the same source. Maybe not the same source, but the same culture. Here we have the Olmec and the Egyptians, and we all know that both of these are obviously African American features. The crazy part about this is that we know that in Egypt is in Africa, so obviously the Egyptians were Nubians, and I mean it's a proven fact. They were Nubians, right? They're from Africa. Yeah. But the Olmecs over here in South America, and South America didn't see fucking African Americans until the slave trade. So where the fuck did the Olmec come from?
Africa. I'm pretty sure.
Obviously.
You know what? This whole thing about like white people conquering new worlds and shit is bullshit. The Spaniards, the fucking British, all these fucking the French, all these people didn't discover shit. It's lost civilizations centuries before them, not millions, but thousands of years before them that fucking did trade and they were living fine and everything was cool.
And then the earth shifted. The earth shifted.
Well, yeah, that's true. But I mean, like, there was no discovery of anything. We were already there. We just fucking forgot. We have dementia, dude, as humans.
We don't have dementia. The earth shifted. Everything got destroyed. And everybody started all over.
And all that information got destroyed. And that's how we have dementia.
Well, yeah.
Don't know.
And the government keeps it a secret and shit.
Dude, that guy has a helmet on, bro.
He does.
That's crazy. He's ready for war or something.
What if they brought them over from Africa to fight?
To fight? Imagine.
Yeah. To fight the Incas and shit.
They were the conquerors. They came over to America.
To fight the Incas and shit.
Shit, imagine.
It's nuts, man.
I would love to see that shit going on. Yeah, I mean, not right now, like in the past.
Well, another weird thing about the Olmecs, Kike, believe it or not, the Olmecs have themselves some white gods. I hear some depictions, and people will say over there, the archaeologists over there in fucking South America will tell you that these are blacks. Do I look like a black person to you?
No, it looks like a crazy white guy going like,
yeah, exactly. I mean, that's a white man to me right
that's
there.
Fucking Jim Carrey going like, Hey guys, let's go and look at me. Take a picture of me. Aha.
Yeah. I mean, his beard right there, his beard.
Well, the Indian is like, I like him. He's funny.
Look, his dick is real small too, Kike.
That's a dick.
It's weird shape too.
Yeah, it looks like, you know what? It
like
doesn't
a mouse.
Look like it looks like a fucking, his guts are fucking like out of his stomach. Maybe they kill him. He's like,
you think he has a hernia? Maybe he has a hernia.
No, you know what? This is a depiction of a person who's dead with his guts out.
Maybe you're right. Maybe it is. He seems in pain. Now that I see it.
The white guy wasn't that funny. He's like, kill him.
Kike.
Yeah.
There's a picture right here I'm showing. We got all these pyramids throughout the world. Now, yeah, they're all different. They're all different. Some of these are in Russia. Some of these are in Africa. Some of these are in Egypt. Some of these are in Mexico, South America, or Russia, China, and shit. Belize and all these motherfucking places that I've never, I've never seen myself. But there's pictures out there.
Infatuation with pyramids and human beings. What's going on, man?
Well, if somebody went out there from a certain civilization that survived and taught the knowledge, the mathematics, and the structures and the ideas, these are the Atlanteans. The Atlanteans left their continent because they knew the Earth was shifting and was headed to the South Pole, and they were not going to be able to live there. They got in their boats and they went throughout the world, and they taught, and they made their own. They made their own cultures, in their own. They were similar, but with the same knowledge. Like, I don't want to live with Kike. I'm gonna make my home over here, and I'm gonna take these Indians and teach them my ways and shit. Kike went over there and he taught his Indians whatever he wanted, but they all do the same math.
I don't like beer. I like to smoke this fucking weird shit that I found over there, and we're gonna plant it here. We're gonna smoke this fucking bitch.
But they all, liked pyramids, and they all knew math and astrology, and they knew shit, and that's how this stuff.
Maybe back in the day, it was common knowledge to have this kinds of pyramids as some kind of technology. Imagine if this was like a cell tower of some sort.
Atlantean technology.
Well, you know what? What if this was common knowledge back then? Kind of like today. We all have cell phones. That's common knowledge. We all have that. We all have fucking like cell phone towers. What if this was like their technology is cell phone towers or some shit like that, Like, if you look around, if we all perish nowadays, like right now, we all perish, like people from the future are going to see, hey, this guy had a little box. And this other country, they have this other box too, but this one flips. Check it out. And it looks like the same thing. Maybe it's the same kind of thing.
You think maybe they talk to each other? No, but the Egyptians were, I don't know. It's crazy. It's crazy. But we agree, at least some way, that maybe Atlantis. This is, like I said, this is the big picture of the theory. Atlantis. These people were advanced civilization. All of them come together. It was woke. There was blacks, whites, Mexicans, all different colors, races, sexualities. There was transgenders, and you best believe there was fucking hermaphrodites and everything. Everything. There was everything in here. Everything. And they all lived as one. Nobody fought, and everybody had porn passes and shit. So there was no diseases.
Peace and love.
Peace and love.
They were all fucking. Look at the Romans.
No, but it was peace and love. There was no disease. The Romans were dirty, all right? They had AIDS and fucking... They made AIDS, those motherfuckers. Fuck them.
You think so?
Yeah, they're disgusting. Anyways, let me finish. These motherfuckers found out it was just gonna be the earth was gonna shift. And it was gonna put their land in the fucking... in the South Pole. Now... They had already mapped the world, but they've known there's other small Indians here and natives over here and shit, but they never talked to them. But they said, well, fuck, we're gonna have to go to other countries. Everybody get on a boat and shit, and good luck. But when you get there, just you build civilization, rebuild and shit. And so I think that's why these motherfucking the lineages and shit believe, that not only the flood story is in it. The flood, it really wasn't the flood, it was the earth was shifting and shit. So some shit went underwater and other shit came up and shit. And so that moved Atlantis and it became a frozen ice cap and shit. But these people moved on. And they went everywhere, man. They went everywhere. they spread and they rebuild it in new cultures and shit.
That's amazing.
That's why their gods were always white. Because we're Atlanteans and shit.
It's funny how like they depict God as a big white man with a white beard, you know. And
That's
but
where
he was always vengeful. He's like, "Fuck you! I'm gonna kill you all if you don't idolize me, you motherfuckers." It sounds like a white guy.
Yeah. Well, think about it, dude. Antarctica. They don't allow people to. You can't. Tomorrow, I just can't say I'm going to Antarctica and shit. Nuh-uh. There's a committee set up.
Yeah, there is.
You have to go and ask for permission. And odds are they're gonna tell you no, unless you're like the president of the United States of America, and even then they're gonna ask you why the fuck you
no,
go down
it's
there.
too dangerous to go there. You can't even fly. I mean, the weather is terrible. You can't go there. It's for your own safety.
Back in 2015, when the ice caps were first starting to melt, well, they've been melting since the early 2000s, but in 2015 they had melted enough that in a strange week, this Russian fucking elite head of the Jewish Orthodox Church, he visited Antarctica.
You're mixing two religions.
No, it was Russian. I'm not lying.
No, but they're Orthodox then.
Yeah. Orthodox.
You can't be Jewish and Orthodox. Well, I mean, I guess you can.
He looked. Anyways, calm down, Kike. Calm down.
You can't say he looked like an Orthodox Jew.
Yeah, he was wearing everything. All right, anyway. Kike, shut up, man. He went down there in Antarctica and shit. He visited. Yeah. But in the same week, Senator John Kerry and
I remember that guy.
Senator John Kerry and fucking
Bill Clinton?
No, Barack Obama.
Yeah.
Supposedly the Pope too. I'm not too sure about that one. Yeah. That's Trump. That's not the Pope.
That's an Italian Catholic guy. Yeah.
What did all these people in 1 week? What they go down there for? What unmelted that they needed to see for their own eyes and shit?
I don't know. A pyramid?
Pyramid. Something of significance of the ancient Atlanteans. And maybe they just discovered that the Earth is gonna shift again, Kike. And there's gonna be destruction all over the place. And that's why we're all gonna die. California's gonna go underwater and shit, and Florida's gonna get fucked, and everybody in the Gulf is gonna get fucked, and the Great Lakes are gonna flood, and then the Mississippi is gonna overflow, and then everybody, New Orleans is gonna be underwater, Houston, fucking Corpus, Galveston, and Port Angeles, all that shit, they're fucked. Everybody along the coastlines are fucked because everything's gonna shit again, and the government knows. So that's why we're getting this distraction of a fucking war, and we're getting Joe Biden rising the gas prices and going and trying to buy $20 worth of cheese just so he can go bad because that's all that's available at the fucking store, Joe Biden.
So what were you supposed to do? Like fucking go to the highest fucking mountain and start living there? Like the hillbillies?
I think we're good. I mean, we're good.
Oh, we're good.
We're good.
We're good.
Yeah, we're good.
All right,
cool. I mean, the gas is still gonna go up, and there's probably gonna be food shortages, so that's gonna be trouble. But at least we're not gonna drown.
No, we're not. I mean, I know how to swim.
No, we're not. We're not near the coast, pendeja.
I know that, but I mean, it does.
Look, just pray that Yellowstone doesn't blow up with all the Earth movements, because if Yellowstone blows up, we're all fucked. The whole world. The whole world, not just us in the United States will get it first, but I'll tell you, the whole world is fucked, because that's going to block the sun out for a year or two.
Wow.
It's going to get cold as fuck.
We should fucking move to the Great Canyon. All the water is going to go inside again in the canyon again. It's going to fill it up. It's a high altitude. We're golden there. If something really bad happens, you know?
We can move there and we get beachside houses and shit. Live in the beach.
Yeah.
Yeah.
My ancestors are from there too, so I'm good.
Yeah.
We can have some peyote.
Yeah, I like peyote.
Yeah.
Kike.
Yeah.
So, do you agree with Mr. Charles Havegood and think that Antarctica is really Atlantis?
I don't agree on that point. I think there's something hidden there that people, well, not people, but like governments want to know about. I don't know the reason why, but I can definitely agree with the fact that like the Earth shifted. Hey, shit happens, man. Everyone changes. The Earth changes too, so it's not that far fetched.
Yeah. I mean, it could happen. What do you think happened to Atlantis?
It's sunk.
You believe the legend that it's underwater?
Yeah, I think so. I don't think that water people live there. I don't think that there's fucking mermaids and shit. That's fucking bullshit.
No, that's a legend that because everybody believed it sunk underwater and people wouldn't believe they're still alive, so that's what they come up with.
That's fucking bullshit.
Yeah, they come up with some fantasy bullshit and shit.
Yeah, fucking grow gills, you idiots.
Yeah.
You just drown, you idiot.
Aquaman isn't real, okay?
No, it's not, and if he is,
but mermaids are real.
Mermaids are not real.
Yeah, dude.
They're manatees.
No, the Discovery Channel did this special on it.
No. The fucking pirates were so desperate to fuck. They saw manatees and they're like, "Oh, that's a beautiful woman, full figured, just how I like them, with no legs."
The Discovery Channel.
So they can't run away from me now.
The Discovery Channel made a fucking show. And they showed footage. They went underwater and they caught mermaids, bro. They fucking look like fish people. They don't look like humans. They look like fish people.
Hey man, the Discovery Channel is in fucking in shambles right now. They're in fucking. Where is Discovery Channel right now, man?
It was real. They did a documentary and the government was trying to hide it. They took the tapes from the people that recorded it and shit.
I think you just watched the movie Splash, dude, and you're like infatuated with that shit.
It wasn't human people. They were fish people.
Fish people.
Yeah, they look like fish. They look like Abe Sapien. Remember from Hellboy?
Yeah.
That's the way they looked, and they were real, bro. There was camera. I saw the video. It was a Discovery
I can tell
Channel.
you this. Maybe there's a fish that looks like a human, and it has arms, but it's not a human.
They're calling them mermaids, but they're fish people, man. But they're not Atlanteans. They're not Atlanteans. Atlanteans were white people.
Okay. I mean, that's your side of the story.
Yeah.
I'll stick with mine. But
all right.
I still have an imagination, so I would like to think some crazy shit too when I fucking smoke weed. So let's leave it at that.
All right, we'll leave it at that. Kike.
Yeah.
These motherfuckers, let them know that we're gonna show the new podcast. Hey, by the way, Kike, I really like your Aleister Crowley fucking hat you're wearing and shit. That's badass, bro. It looks badass. I'm just saying, it really does. Hey, but
I can't see.
I hope this sounds better.
Yeah.
I hope this sounds better. We got new equipment and shit and cameras and all that bullshit. And then you're gonna see the podcast here in a few hours if you're still awake and shit. Because the full moon this week landed on a Friday, so you're gonna see the podcast here in a few hours, and we're gonna be fucked and shit. Would you give these assholes? You know what? We're gonna give you life advice. We're gonna give you life advice on the podcast right now.
Yeah.
If you leave your leave your comments and shit, and we'll catch you on the next full moon for the dudes midnight podcast.
Podcast.
Fuck you, Kike.